How much of your happiness comes from your salary, your house, your car, all of the stuff you are working so hard for? Some researchers actually try to measure this. They split human happiness into parts like a pie, and the way it splits is a little shocking. About half of your happiness, the biggest piece, is something you were born with. About 40% comes from your daily actions, what you do and what you think. And all the external stuff, the money, the house, the car, or the city, the thing we spend our whole lives chasing, that's only about 10%. Just 10. The smallest slice is the one we give the most energy to, and the biggest slice, which we can actually control, most of us never touch it. So, let me quickly walk you through all three because once you see the full picture, you stop wasting your life on the part that barely counts. Start with that 10%. The money, the house, the title, the city. This is the part we treat as the whole game. We pick careers around it. We compare ourselves around it. We lie awake at the night around it. And it's 10%. Now you are thinking that can't be right. More money does make me happier. And it does. For about 2 weeks. You get a raise, it feels great. Then it's just a normal salary. Your new phone, it's amazing for a month, and then it's just your phone. A nicer flat, and soon it becomes a place where you just leave. It always fades, and then you go looking for the next thing. That's why the 10% leaks out no matter how much you pour in. Now, the biggest piece, and half of your happiness is just how you're naturally built. And you know this already. You have got that one friend who upbeats no matter what. And there is this another one who feels low even when life is going fine, perfectly fine. That baseline, the level you always drift back to, you are mostly born with it. And this explains something you have felt your whole life. Remember how the rays faded, the new phone, that feeling faded? And this is why you have a normal level and you always come back to it. Something good lifts you up and then you sink back. Something bad drops you and then you climb up, but you maintain the same normal. So it was never about you being bad at being happy. You were trying to lift your whole life up using the 10%, where your baseline quietly pulled you home every time. So the real answer isn't the 10% you chase, and it isn't the half you were born with, because you can't change that. It's the piece in the middle, the 40%. So let's talk about it. Here it is. About 40% of your happiness is not what you have, it's how you feel and how you think. It's your habits, the people you actually spend real time with. Whether you are moving forward onto something that means something to you, whether you notice the good things or rush past them to the next task. And here is why this slice is different. The money, you get used to it. You buy it once, your brain goes quiet, it fades. But the things you do, you can actually repeat. A good talk with a friend doesn't get used up. A walk, hitting the gym, you feel good every single time. It never stops working. A bit of a progress on something you actually care about. For me, it's this YouTube channel. It might be small, but the work I put into it is not small. And being proud of that is something I get to feel good again every time I do something good. I create something good. You can do these again tomorrow and they land again. Stuff you get once and adapt to. Actions you repeat and they keep paying you back. And almost nobody lives here. We pour everything to that 10% that fades and barely touch the 40 that keeps working. Not because we are dumb, because nobody ever told us about this split. You were handed one game, go get the money, and told that was the whole thing. So here is what took a weight off me. For years, I thought I just hadn't gotten enough yet. A bit more money, a bit more success, then I would feel it. And then something real tested that. I got an offer from a company who agreed to pay me 20,000 more per month. A good money. The old me would have chased it without thinking. But this time I stayed where I am. Because where I am, I get to work hybrid. I get to be at home, real spend time with my family, and actually control my own hours. I picked the 40% over the 10, and that was the moment it clicked. I wasn't falling at being happy. I was just playing the smallest part of the game and calling it the whole thing. And the 40%, the part that actually moves your life, is the part you control the most. Right now, today, without earning anything first. You don't need a promotion to call a friend. You don't need a bigger house to go for a walk. You don't need your whole life to be fixed to do one thing that matters to you tonight. The part you have the most power over turn to be the part that matters the most. That's not a sad fact. That's the best news in all of this. So I'm not saying that money doesn't matter. It does, and I am still working for it. But not at the cost of the bigger slice, sitting right there, free, every single day, waiting for a little attention. So now I keep some energy for the 40. One real conversation, a little progress on something I actually care about, actually noticing a good moment instead of rushing past it. It's small, but small done every day turns out to be the whole thing. That's where most of it was hiding this entire time. And that's a relief because I don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to be happy. I get to start now with what's already in my hands. So tell me, if you moved a little energy off from 10%
Taking my
onto the
time in the
40,
sun it
what's the
shines
first thing you
on
would do?
me and
And see you in the
everyone
next
that
one.
has come to find this world is cruel, but there's nothing new. Living in the moment is the only truth. But let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. But let's go slow.